prepare for the return of Ego Stradamus. Well, it looks like Ego Stradamus strikes again. Reports now coming in saying that Manny Pacquiao, I want to, it's going to be my Bud Crawford. That the Bud Crawford fight and Manny Pacquiao is all but dead in the water. And we're going to talk about that on this side, the real side. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. Make sure you click the link in the description to get TUBEBUDDY. I keep telling you, aspiring YouTubers, gamers, entrepreneurs, it takes money to make money. Don't be afraid to spend some money for your business. Invest in yourself. Use TUBEBUDDY. I've been using it for years. And take your YouTube channel up a notch. Optimize your videos. Why are you on the YouTube platform if you don't want to get discovered? You don't want to optimize and show up in search results and all that. So I've been using TUBEBUDDY successfully for many, many years. Now I have this partnership with them. Click the link in the description. Stop waiting and sign up for TUBEBUDDY. Now, Ego Stradamus, it looks like he strikes again. Mike Coppinger of The Athletic. Sources: the proposed Manny Pacquiao Terence Crawford welterweight title fight, pegged for June 5th, appears to be all but dead after funding from Abu Dhabi investors never came through. Crawford, at long last, would have finally landed an elite opponent. Now the wait continues. And it looks like he referenced a previous article that he wrote suggesting that the fight could happen in Abu Dhabi. Ego Stradamus, it looks like your boy about to strike again. I told you, I did not see Crawford and Pacquiao happening in the summer, in the Middle East, and all the stuff that people were reporting. I openly and candidly told you that. I pour out my heart on these tracks. I give you my innermost thoughts. And it looks like that has paid off. Cash App, $Boxingego, send me my money. So Ego Stradamus strikes again. What does this say? Sources: if deal completed, the fight would have headlined ESPN Plus pay-per-view. Pacquiao signed his contract, but Crawford never did. Now it looks like it doesn't matter that Crawford didn't sign. Now this part looks a little bit sketch and confusing because it's saying and suggesting that Pacquiao signed his contract, but Bud Crawford didn't. But the previous tweet said that the money was never generated. So the last sentence says it didn't matter that Crawford signed. So boxing is getting funny style. How did Pacquiao sign if the money never was, secured and put in an escrow account? That seems weird. That seems weird that you didn't have the money situated and together, but he signed. So that looks like more of an effort to try to make Crawford look bad. But in the end, this does kind of make Crawford look bad because his team for 8 years or whatever, his name has been linked to fight against Crawford versus Pacquiao. And now it doesn't look like that's going to happen yet again, according to the latest reports. So who is Crawford going to fight? Jose Cito Lopez, Sean Porter, who is it going to be? But Pacquiao would have been, even though he's coming off a long layoff and he just lost his belt, he would be coming off of a long layoff, but he's still a Hall of Famer. So what does Crawford do? This, I got so many things to say about this. There's a lot of things. Like Crawford made the statement that he believes he was the A side over Errol Spence. But look at the way his business is running. His brand is running. They keep linking your name to Pacquiao, and every year it keeps falling through. I have a paper trail of all of this, like articles, like where the name, I've done several videos and referenced all my sources where they keep saying Crawford was going to fight Pacquiao. Even last year, if you guys remember, last year, Terence Crawford's name was again linked to Manny Pacquiao, and they said, oh, we're going to fight in the Middle East. Pretty much the same exact setup, same story, same scenario. Instead of Abu Dhabi, it was Qatar, but it was, the Middle East. And they said, oh, this is the fight we want to do. And last minute, Bob Arum came out and said, "Oh, we tried, but you know, the CDC or whoever came out and said we can't make the fight because of the Rona." And Crawford accepted that. And then he came in and fought Kell Brook, a fight where he wasn't going to get the same type of credit as beating like one of the top PBC guys like Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, Ugas, or a legend like Manny Pacquiao. My one two is going to fight me. Now, again, I've said this. I like Crawford. He's a talent. He's skilled. But the politics and the way his brand has been going and the business decisions that you can't, he's not in the clear of the business decisions. It is becoming harder and harder to keep that number one pound for pound ranking, not from a skill perspective, but just the lack of abundant resume names in the current division. He has one belt that he got in his very first fight at welterweight, and the guy he beat, Jeff Horn, really lost to Pacquiao, in my opinion. Then they said he was going to fight Pacquiao, and we kept getting a runaround, and then the fight never happens. You know, this is the second time in a row he's linked to fight Pacquiao, and it doesn't happen. So, you know, there's a lot. This is looking very disastrous. Bob Arum last year, at the end of last year, threw him under the bus, said, "I'm losing money" on Crawford's last fight. Crawford seemed to kind of turn the other cheek publicly, and he didn't really have any disparaging comments, and he allowed Bob Arum to rip him to shreds and throw him under the bus, and he didn't really have anything negative to say. Meanwhile, the fans are like, "Man, you letting Bob like diss you like that?" And ESPN, after Lomachenko lost to Teofimo, now they want to put Crawford on the number one pound for pound. But years ago, when he was destroying everything at 140, and you could make a better case based on he was fighting all the guys he could fight that were there at 140, and he was collecting multiple belts, and he was showing the same skills and knocking out guys, it made more sense. But guess what? ESPN at that time had Teddy Atlas, and he told Terence Crawford and Andre Ward to their face that Lomachenko is better than y'all, and he's ranked higher than y'all. He's the number one. Lomachenko's record was like 8-1. He had already lost to Salido. And for some reason, ESPN and their representation put Crawford and Andre Ward, who won the Super Six and had already beaten Kovalev, put both of them behind Lomachenko. Now they're trying to put him, because Lomachenko, you have a Caucasian fighter from the Ukraine that lost. Now they're finally comfortable uplifting Terence Crawford. But the bad side is fans are getting restless and want to see Crawford in there with people that even stand a chance, because everybody in the world knows how competitive and good Crawford is. It's just the business. You're not getting the top fights. You're not getting anybody that should pose a significant challenge. You keep talking about Pacquiao and Errol Spence at a point, and then you're not getting your way. So then you said, "Oh, forget Errol Spence. The fight will never happen." But when the conversations were being had, Crawford said that he was the A side over Errol Spence. Plot twist. ESPN Deportes, strong interest in Errol Spence versus Manny Pacquiao in July. Video coming soon. So it definitely sounds like negotiations with Crawford have fallen through. Surprise, surprise. It says it won't be Terence Crawford against Errol Spence, but it seems that the chances of seeing Spence against legend Manny Pacquiao are not low. So now all of a sudden, ESPN is reporting that Errol Spence is team. Since it didn't work out with Crawford, they're back on their mission trying to get Pacquiao, right? So Errol Spence, again, it looks like he's going to have a great name in a big fight, either Manny Pacquiao or Cuban champion or Dennis Ugas. Meanwhile, Crawford said he was going to get these names. His team said he was going to get these names in the Middle East. So that's going to be a further bad look, you know, and this is why Crawford probably at this point feeling discouraged. He literally said he was the A side over Errol Spence. He said he deserves 50-50. If Errol fights Pacquiao, that's a Hall of Famer. So his welterweight resume is going to consist of Lamont Peterson, Kell Brook in no particular order, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Mikey Garcia when he was undefeated, and possibly Ugas or Pacquiao. Yet Crawford and his team are trying to say Errol Spence is somehow the B-side. Terence Crawford said, "I've done more than he has in his little career." That was a direct quote from Terence Crawford to Miss Boxing Baby. So again, at this point, if he can't get the top fights, it's just going to be a bad look. This is why people at the time said, Crawford, really consider signing the extension and re-ing up with Top Rank before you look at all the possible options. So that's the latest. According to reports, Crawford, Pacquiao is not happening. I have no idea who Crawford is going to fight, but I guess we have to stay tuned. Now reports are coming out that Errol Spence and Pacquiao's team could try to work on a July fight. Video coming soon. If you love what I'm doing, I give you guys the latest and greatest, everything that's happening in the sport of boxing, boxing news, updates, live streams, you name it, entertainment, a couple jokes here and there. Hit the bell icon, smash the subscribe button if it's the first time hearing me, and we'll see. Like I said, I don't have nothing against Crawford personally. I think he's a tremendous fighter, but the way the deck is shuffling for him, I don't know. Like, Crawford was posting pictures and he was like training. It looked like in the Olympics training center in Colorado. He's working with Shakur Stevenson, but he doesn't seem to be able to get the big fights that he said he wants and that his team said that they were going to get for him. So we'll see what's next, but it's not looking good. And it's looking like, according to reports, the Pacquiao fight fizzled out yet again. Ego Stradamus strikes again. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your